Okay, in this video, we will be closing all the loose ends and mobile storage. One of the first things that we need to do, I fixed this in the main project from the last video. We need to readjust our nav bar. We also need to make it so that our wallet button pops under the menu after it's too small and that is looking smoothly. It is not in the project that we've been building up for this time. It's all crazy. Unacceptable. So we can adjust that. Something else that I noticed, like this menu button is off. We look at this project, and it's fine, and it just sort of jumps up. So we should do something about that. We also need to do something about our formatter as well. Okay, so yeah, adjusting this should be pretty easy. This is on our nav buttons. So if we go in here, um, nav buttons, see what numbers we got. Yeah. Yeah, 1,51 and 1,50.9. And we'll just change it to, yeah, that's too much. So 113 and between 1113 and 1114, let's just adjust it. 113, and this will be 114. Okay, so now it switches to the little nav bar, a little similar. After that, we would need this under the home button to disappear. I don't know, actually not at this point. The wallet is supposed to disappear and it needs to appear in the menu. So now we need to make our wallet disappear. Let's do like okay, well, 670. But we need to go to, we can just do it on our nav bar. That's what I did. Couldn't count. So we had this whole thing in a div, slightly different. In the other project, I just wrapped it in a class and just did the media queries, but I did do it in the nav bar. But it's slightly different because I flexed it different. It was not behaving the same way. Might explain why the menu button's slightly off, but it's okay. It's okay to deviate a little bit. And then we just have these classes. They're also doing that, but we don't have to do that. We just need to do this. This is how it was aligning itself to the end, it seems, with the text aligned to the end. Just a different way of doing the same thing. We go throw this down in our style. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it disappears. But not quite soon enough, actually. The menu's getting eaten. I thought I said 670. Or, oh, I just need to change it. So let's do 670 and then 71 up here. Should still be 7 seems like. What the heck? Did I change the wrong one? I did. I did. And you would think they would be exactly the same or more or less, but not. But not. 71 and 670. Okay, now it disappears. When it disappears, this thing comes down and aligns properly. So, but for now, we need to also get a wallet appearing in our menu button. So we're here and the nav bar. We need to import a wallet button. We need to import this wallet button into our app. That's where our menu is. Let's go ahead and import that. And then we need to go ahead and just use this with the same class. It'll be slightly different. That's fine. And now we need a wallet button that appears on top of everything. So even on top of the menu. So I think I this is part of the list. I think we can just throw it on top of it like that. See how that does. Um, it's looking for these colors. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? No, it should be here. Yeah, and it just wouldn't appear if not. But the color. Okay, so those are some colors, but yeah, I need the hex color. I wonder if I just made another array for it. Let's see. Out. So we have a wallet. Yeah, above the list. We did that. Now it's still got the same variables. I guess we just added it in here when things change. Let's see what do we have. We didn't quite do it that way. um, yeah, because in this project, let's see, there's on mounted. What is there also a watch? And there's a watch. It watches the navigation. I guess this might be one reason to do it. I guess. Um, so for now, because yeah, that wallet inside of the menu is going to need to know what color that it should be, and it should change if the navigation changes. So I think we do need a variable for that in that case. Um, but it takes both of those things. So I think taking these two variables is fine. Okay, throw them there. I think they were at the top. Don't need use route, but we will need unmounted import unmounted add watch from view. Okay. I know that we don't need all of this, so we won't take all of this. Just based on what we're doing, I really should maybe revisit that to see if it's actually necessary. Do you have a reset navigation? Okay, so no, I know this stuff up top. I'll put it under that at least. Okay, so we just want, so this is looking at the routes, and then based on whatever the route is, that's how we're saying that's where we are. It's not looking at what, 'cause it seems like you could just look at what the, well, if there was a value, I guess you'd have to check in mobile storage, but I guess you could be very sure by looking at the URL. It would be definitely where you should be, so I think that's fine. So let's see. Let's just get the CU's route stuff then. Yeah, I think that's solid. I don't think that's too bad. And we need to import that from view router. Not just view, but view router this time. Okay, I don't have a rough. Okay, so we got on mounted, but really the only thing that we want to set are these colors, and we would not be setting them for the Jesus menu because it doesn't have a wallet. Uh, as far as I would tell, so we wouldn't actually need to do anything, but I think this is the only stuff that we care about. We're just trying to get these values. I don't think it's necessary to get any of those, and I think that this should probably be good enough. Um, good enough when the navigation changes. If we want to update some colors, I think this would be good enough. Okay, so styling for that, is it there? I don't even see it. Oh, what's going on? What happened on our nav bar? Okay, well, I don't see the wallet. I see this one. Oh, there it is. So does it have the same exact, but it should be like opposite. Um, and let me make sure that the nav bar is scoped right, and it's not. So it's getting these classes. You don't want it to be exactly the same. You want to go give it something different. Um, all right, go back to the apps, right? Project, right? Okay. And then come here, Solana wallet. Put in all a container, so this would be like the opposite, right? Or the opposite end. It needs to be at least, I guess you would think it would be this. You want it to be the max it could be would be like that. So we would want to do something like this. And then maybe something like that, I think is, let me see if that makes it go away. No, they're still both there, so that ain't it. And is this scoped? Style. Yeah, it is. And then that was not the right one. The style is scoped in the app. And did I? Yeah, we still have it on there. So let's see, make sure we're getting our proper colors. No, didn't look like it. Oh, did I? I mean, I copied it. All of these colors should be correct, right? And if I refresh, okay, it did. I refreshed, but not. But it's supposed to, yeah. So we need it to be reactive when we move. It should, yeah. Or is it out? Is it just a little slow? It looks like it's just a little slow. Okay, and there should be no wallet, yeah, no wallet on the Geo section. So that's working at least. So making progress. Okay, so saying I was doing it wrong as far as when these are display very simple. These should have the same values actually. These two, so let me recopy and paste these. Now bar with the app down here, but this should be switched. One, yeah, when it says the block, when one says none, should switch that, and that'll give it the reverse behavior. There we go. So now it comes in when the other one's gone. So now that works at least, but we need to do something about our delayed color. Okay, so instead of using the stuff with the route, I took the stuff where it's just looking at the navigation and seeing what the navigation is when the navigation changes and just setting those two values. So this works just fine. They also have, I mean, I see that I had something in here for if the menu index is equal to the current menu index return, because the navigation can change for a number of reasons, right? It can be the page that changed, but because you have to pay only if the menu changes in the navigation do we care to change this the color of this wallet in here. But yeah, the page could just be changing, um, or the nav bar could just be changing. Um, but yeah, anyway, like I tried printing out these values because in the watch you can have an old navigation, or you can have an old value and a new value. But with the objects, I think it's a little weird. But I print them out and I just get the same values. It just prints out the latest value. So it's not very helpful, which might have been why I was using that variable. But yeah, that would just keep it from coming in here and sending it more than it needed to be, basically. Um, um, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see some small benefit from that so that you wouldn't be executing code unnecessarily. But aside from that, there's not really anything else. You just also need to declare this variable, which is a number. Okay. Unmounted, this doesn't even, return a amount. It's just something that you do once. Does it make sense to have it there? Okay, so this. uh, Okay, cool. Yeah, can't really use those. So now that takes care of the color switching problem inside of the menu at least. Okay, you can say that it's also not centered in the menu. Not centered. See if we can quickly fix that. I wonder if I can just do like an align self on it. Let me see. Align equals center. Oh, nice. That worked. So just put align center on the div, and now it's fixed in there. It switches color, then it's centered. So I think the last thing, well, I guess we still need to center this, but I think the home button might need to adjust a little sooner. So there's that. It should be pretty easy to fix. That's just in the home button, right? And the right project and the home button. See where we at. Yeah, 432 and 431 seems good enough. 432 and 431. Do this in the right place. And as a 4, it's a 4 out of 3. 432 on 431. Okay, now. Okay. So now the home button disappears. I think 344 is where the Z fold is. Would have been nice if they could have seen the whole home button logo, but yeah, if it's fine past 344, I think that's more than good enough. Okay, so yeah, that means the last thing that I think we need to do anything about is just this menu button not being kind of weird when it's not when the wallet button is there. Okay, got a fix for that. So, I was just messing with it and I just took it out of this right bar nav div. I did try to do an align item center, but just taking it out of that div and putting it in this one seems to make that weirdness go away at least. Yeah, there we go. Now it's looking just like the other one. Well, in general, it seems like it's a little higher, but it is acceptable. It is acceptable, so that will do it for our wallet button, except I guess connecting it to the chat. But before we do that, we need to fix our formatter stuff. So let's go ahead and get that fixed. Okay, so now we can go ahead and fix our custom formatters and stuff that look like this, and taking the values for the stuff that we read, so we know how many characters are left. It counts the number of bytes that the emojis take up so they can get the proper number because we need that. Contract needs that. Okay, so I was looking at that. That would go on. This is an add comment in the ion text area. We don't have the counter. We say that the counter is true. We set a max length, which we have defined somewhere, but we'll grab that. There's also spell check. It's just built in. Let's test some standard spell check that's built in the HTML. HTML you can use or into the ION text area. I'm not sure if actually I think regular inputs might also take the spell check parameter, but yeah, you have that and the custom formatter would get. So let's go throw this under placeholder. Actually, that's part of that, and this is part of the emoji, and yeah, it is. Okay. Um, this max comment length. Let's go import that and get that. We have that just in constants in the same directory as the comments. So we can go ahead and import that. We can go grab that file, max comment length, max username length. Don't need that at the moment. Reply list, index. Oh, and just some naming for our tuples, basically that'll come later, but that's not important right now. But we'll just take the whole thing. Take the whole thing and throw it in the comments. Cool. So now it should be able to find that. And we also need our custom formatter. Um, which we should have defined in here, which this is what's being used to determine how many characters we have left. It also takes in the emojis as well, I think, and like it converts the string into like bytes so that it can be counted properly. I remember Googling this, so it wasn't something isn't stuff that yeah, I just know. Just have to you need a piece of something, you'll look for it, and this is what I got. And there's also this ref value, looks like, and where does this go? Okay, that's in the custom formatter, and this is we disable the button for posting if we're over the byte size limit. So yeah, we can take this as well so that we can disable the button in this local storage version when there's too many words, too many letters, too much of that. Okay, we get our custom formatter. This one's just a constant. But yeah, I think I got the format from the Ion docs for their input. So okay, is that enough? But that's just one of them. Okay, it looks like it's working, but why is there a number there already? That's seeing a 9. Let me refresh. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. It does. I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've seen this before. Nothing in there, but when I type, it's fine. Okay, let's just go ahead. And yeah, these emojis are worth different, like these big family ones are worth a lot. They have different information in them. Some of them like with a skin tone value or a gender value or a race value, and I can make them, or they can be like two emojis put together. But yeah, they can make them very expensive. Yeah, when we hit this number, you want to disable this button. So let's see, just the post button disabled, or there's no message. If It'll be disabled if this is over the limit, or disabled if there's no message that has been typed in. Well, this has some other stuff going on, but yeah, okay, sure, we can do that. And we will disable our post button based on that. Yes, this is our button right here. So let's see, it's disabled. Cool, so that's working at least. That's working, but I feel like I recently seen this issue where it would start with the value 9. Feel like I recently seen this. Where is this is the text area, or is just messages being initialized? Nothing. It is. Okay, I might have to figure out why it's getting set to 9 on refresh. It should not. Okay, so I thought I had seen this in add comment that it was getting set to an empty string, but I think that that's the problem. We go look at this and we refresh it. It gets the 9 out of 444, and I think that's because it's trying to take the length of something when there's not an initial string. I did have something in the original project that says set string initially for length to insert emoji, and it seems to also be related, but if I just set it to the message, which is the V model for that text area, um, this ion text area, it's the V model for that text area. So we put that, set it to an empty string, uh, and now we refresh it, and now it's fine. So now I think it does its job. And you see, we can't do anything if uh, the V model is an empty string. We can't hit post, but we put in some character that we can, and now it's counting. If we manage to get all the way up to the limit, it'll keep us from posting. So yeah, and this is all front end stuff still. But yeah, so we got that for that. We also need to do the same thing for the reply. Okay, so that would be in comment. I guess there's two of them. Wait, no. The reply has its own section, and it's a reply section at the bottom. So there's not two of them. There is the one reply section. We still have this. Okay, so we got this. Where's the add comment that we were just dealing? It's already gone. It's way over here. So we can import the max comment length. It also needs it. Yeah, it needs it like twice also for when you're editing. So I think that should cover that one. Um, the reply custom formatter, and we have this over right side as well here, which needs to be defined and also set. Well, not here. Yeah. Okay, let me just add comment. I think that's the same. We just need to disable our buttons is all. Sure I'm in the right project. In the right project, I would just go over here. Okay, so that's defined. Let me see. I think. Oh, okay. So this is already here for disabling the reply as well. It's already here, and we just need the reply custom formatter. Okay, we can get our reply custom formatter from the other project here and the edit one, and they're just like the one that was used for the add comment. Really the only thing that's different in them is the V model variable that they're working on, and probably a better way to to structure this so there would be at least two count functions or constants in this one. But yeah, for now it is good enough. So let me go. I can get these over. So we'll just start them at the bottom. I think we also need the import for that constant, which I think we already have the file. System program address. Here we have this imported, and now that might work for everything. Let's quickly see. Replying. Let me refresh. Oh, it's not letting me reply. What about editing? So editing, it seems like it is counting. It had the number because there was a number already, right? So if we edit it down to 1 and save it, edit it, still 1, edit it down to 0, save it, edit it, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, save it. So editing seems to be working just fine, except for the insert, which does not always insert to the front or the back, but the counter is working at least, so it's one step. So we can go ahead and try to clean up some of this stuff in the side. It's not too much, but and we have that reloading data, which I think was for hiding and unhiding the comments, which we don't really need in this local storage one. Definitely not, so we can just get rid of it in the comment section. We don't have it defined. That would just disable the hide comments button, give it a moment, I guess, to that'd be one less error. Failed to resolve media provider. I think I remember saying that, but I'm not sure if I was able to get rid of that. Is that just the media player? Okay, this one's not. Ion popover. Comment 364. Okay. Reply buttons container. Something. So is there anything red in the comment? Or is it? No, no red lines. They said 364. Oh, right. Size. All right. I think I defined this variable. I did. Getting set here. Or the reply message equals an empty string. And I already refreshed console. Let's see what happens when we come here to hit a reply. Is it just this message? Do we not have an IM pop over? I don't even see an IM pop over here. Oh, it sent me here. Let me see where this is saying. On add reply and a comment. So maybe somewhere at the bottom in the reply section, which actually is where we are, there are no IM popovers here. Reply section, this counter true. Okay, now need to figure this out. Okay, we do have the popover for the address, and it does look like it's not being imported for some reason. I could have sworn that was already working, so let's just import that. Ion popover like that. Is all that's wrong? Is this should have already been working, but it's not that. Okay, well, maybe just one less thing it would complain about then. Yeah, well, one less thing it's complaining about at least, but still need to figure out there's no errors coming when I hit this, so need to debug this reply. Okay, so still debugging the reply. So I have a console.log in here. When you use quotes in here, you have to use a single quote instead of the double quotes, because if you don't, it'll, like if I had double quotes in this console.log, and I have a semicolon here, because there's like two statements in the click. I come here and it's complaining unexpected expressions, not even a very helpful complaint. But yeah, if you just do single quotes, it's fine. And then when you click it, it'll console that log. So that is working. Should also be omitting reply to comment, which is really, what the main thing that it does. It emits reply to comment, and then when it emits that, we're supposed to be setting replying to true. And when replying's true, that's when this is supposed to uh, be visible. And I wonder if this is what's wrong. And connected data address string is not equal to which is a bunch of ones, which I guess is the problem. That's probably the problem. So I just said, just replace this with a 2 or something. Do I need the single quotes, I guess, at even here? Is that the problem? Just that comparison? Yeah, it's just that comparison. We got a 9 here as well, I guess, because the value is not initialize, uh, reply message. There we go. Now that's 0. And this is already like that. So, okay, so I guess that, undo this. That solves that mystery, and it's just the one section there. Let me go put this back. Okay, so, we still actually need to make it so that we're, using the public address key from the wallet that we have connected. What did I do? Is it because it's in quotes? I mean, yeah, that should be a variable, but I don't think it's that. Let me go back some more. And pop over. Okay, I think it's good now. Reply message. I guess the edit message is fine because it would be whatever the original message was. But then possibly nothing. But yeah, it's not as big a deal. And we have our replying section. This area, yeah, I don't think it was supposed to be quotes or something was messed up with it, but it seems to be fine now. Okay. Okay, so let me just work through getting this address connected back, and then I think we should be good. So looking at the main project in our wallet button, there's some stuff that we didn't include, stuff that's related to the contract inside of the connected wallet for is processor account ready or chat account ready, which we don't really care about, but we do care about like the address string that gets set. And this is just like if nothing was set or but we're basically setting it to ones if there's no wallet connected, basically by default. Um but yeah, we really don't need all the other stuff, but we do need to also watch the public key of the wallet so that we can also, re-update the address string on the connected wallet. So we can grab this stuff and just take out the stuff that we're not going to be using. We don't need this on unmounted for any of those programs. You just need the on mounted in the watch really, and we can rip out stuff that we don't need. With this, we go in our wallet button. Okay, this stuff, no listens here, no processor accounts, no none of that. Processor account ready, no none of that. Don't even need to look at it. Okay. And this as well. Don't really need that right now. Don't need this on unmounted. Don't need these listeners. Same thing here and here. Just get rid of this whole thing for now. Here and here and here. Okay. So now let's see what's what exactly. I know that comparison shouldn't happen. Okay, so well, I must be getting the value. So and it must be looking at us and seeing that we're not. So we must be connected, which is really all we want. Um, when we post a comment, we would like it to use our address, our connected wallet.address string. So it should be pretty easy to add that to add comment. The connected wallet should already be there, but comments at comment, connected wallet. So yes, when we have a new connected wallet, then a def string. So it's already like that actually. So let's see. Test comment post. Okay, and then it takes the address from our wallet, so that's cool. We can copy that and put that in. So but that was already there. We can reply to ourselves, and yeah. So now we just don't want to be one, but we still said that ones was the CEO, so we need to change that. Should be this address. So global states CEO account. We had this for the chat one. I think it might have still mattered, but yeah, I think it is a chat CEO address. So now I think so. Then this should switch to green. Yeah. So this is Stream, and that's the CEO. So now and yeah, awesome. If we had another account and we switched to that account, then that person should not see these controls and they wouldn't see that. So maybe we could do a quick test for that. Okay, I have another account connected to the wallet now. I just need to connect it to the site. Um, let's see, let me just disconnect this one and then connect. And then it'll ask for permission for this just account. Disconnected. Okay, and it looks like the admin controls disappeared. And if this person, let me see, Edge comments, they post a comment, they don't have a green name like the CEO does. But if we were to switch, then a switch, and then the CEO controls come right back. So yeah, that is about it. So I think that is finally it for local storage. That show replies and YouTube comments and stuff. Dang, that took forever. And the insert on the reply works correctly, and for the adding comment, right? Yeah, right in the middle. Just not when you hit it for some reason. So cool. I think that will finally do it. And again, right, if we close this and then if we reopened it, we can see that our comments are still there, but they only persist in this browser's local storage for this browser specifically. That's not that one. But this one, if we came here and came back to it and came back to the front, we can see that we don't have those comments. The only way that we can have those comments is by switching to the contracts. The only way we can have them and being shared between all the browsers is by switching to the contracts. And away from the local storage. So I think that will do it for now. We can fork this, branch this, and this can be a local storage standalone sort of thing, at least for the comments. And now we can finally start moving into the smart contracts. So we can go ahead and start finally doing that. So I will see you in the next video.